Hi, welcome. Welcome in. Happy holidays and happy Wednesday. This is just a little impromptu live reading doing. I had a cancellation for today and I'm in the mood to be doing my work, my readings, and oh shoot, the heater. Let me do that real quick. Get that turned off. Oh my goodness, I know. Did you just do something adventurous and you're excited about it? My cat likes to announce his activities. There are two that he really likes to announce. He likes to announce when he's just used the cat box. So thank you. I really appreciate knowing that. And now he's got to rip around. He also likes to announce after he's eaten something really yummy because he's food obsessed. So that's his little thing. He's going to be ripping around here now that he just used the cat box. He's got to celebrate that. So if you have cats, maybe you know. I looked it up once because I was like, why does my cat go all crazy after he uses the cat box? And apparently it's a thing. Some cats do. I know. I know. You've got to let the world know. I hear you. It's important news. It's important news. This is Joey. Oh, you can't even see him in this shot. I got him when he was 10. His person had to go into assisted living, according to them, and their family member found him a new home with me. And he's the first indoor cat I've ever had. I've never had a cat that was strictly indoors, but that's him. And it's good because where we live, there's a lot of things that could get him. So I'm happy that he's a cat that's used to being indoors and doesn't find that upsetting. So thank you for being here. If you don't mind announcing in the chat, can you let me know whether this signal is strong enough? And if you don't want to reveal yourself in the chat, that's okay. I'll just go with it and trust that my audio is coming through okay. I've had some problems with streaming before, but it doesn't seem like there seems to be anything too major. So let's just get into it. Let's just do a collective reading for Wednesday. I decided against doing a gift of the Magi for this. I'll probably do at least one more. I just, for some reason, I wasn't feeling it to do the gift of the Magi. So we're just going to be doing general collective message. What wants to come out for us today? What is going to be some important messaging that wants to come out for this collective today as we head into 2026? Maybe this can be, what are some important things for us to know for the month of January? Maybe that'll be a good theme for this reading. What are going to be some things that are important for us to know going into January 2026? What are some good beginning of the year, beginning of 2026 themes, things we should know about, watch for, etc.? And if you have questions or you want to chime in on any of that, let me know in the chat. Because a lot of times with live readings, I'll answer questions too, if they're appropriate and relevant, right? So just feel free at any point if you want to. Hi, thank you for the love. I'm sending that right back. Just let me know if you want to ask any questions. So to start with, this will be, what do we need to know for 2026, for January, going into our first month of the new year? Before I even get any further, I think this is a really positive omen. The 10 of Wands and what we need to know going into 2026, our burdens are coming to an end. We get to lay down our burdens. That's really a beautiful card. Even if all I pulled was one card pull, I would love to see a card like this to come out for the beginning of my new year, right? Our burdens, we get to lay them down. Something is coming in that's going to relieve us of a lot of stress. So you may have felt like something was preventing you from receiving what's coming to you, okay? You're in this Empress energy, except for you've been starting to feel burdened and frustrated. Where is my abundance? Where is my harvest? I'm in the receptive energy, or you may not have been in receptive energy. That may have been something that you were kind of struggling with, and feeling like something's blocking what's rightfully mine. Something is preventing what's rightfully mine from coming towards me. Something's blocking it. It may have felt like you may have felt like you were in your own way for whatever reason. It might also be that someone, um, like a heartbreak or something, a loss in love, made you feel like this, possibly like nothing's ever gonna come for me that I've hoped for or prayed for. You may have started to get really discouraged, but this is good news, because for January 2026 is the message of laying your burdens down. So this, if this is what you have been feeling like, this is changing and this is a shift. So it's probably welcome. I hope that's welcome information. Um, yeah, straight up, it's got to be welcome, because you feel embattled and like a wounded warrior, and like you've not been able to get ahead, no matter how hard you've been working, no matter how hard you've been trying. But I also, with this Empress card in the reverse, let me just pull a clarifier about that, because I want to know, did the did the energy that felt like it was preventing you or blocking you from receiving, did that feel like it was in you? Like you felt like you were your own enemy about it, or did it feel like it was something outside of you? That's a clarification I'd like to ask right now. Did the block to your abundance feel like it was caused by you yourself, or was it external? It felt like an external source to you. It felt like somebody maybe owed you an apology, or you wanted someone to make a gesture of repair, or to move into a calmer place. And it was this loved one. It might have been a child, even. You might have been in a fight with your child, okay, for some of you. And or someone younger than you, like a younger sibling. And this is saying things are calming down about that. You may have felt like this person was stealing from you, okay? But, and that's where the source of this block was coming from, was something or someone external to you that you feel caused this, and that you feel owes you an apology or an acknowledgement or an attempt to make a repair. Uh, and it looks to me like it's somebody that you feel is younger than you, or even your own child, okay? Sometimes that happens, right? Where you become, um, oh, thanks. I'm glad to hear that you think I'm running a con. Welcome. Let me just, well, no, I'm not going to do that. Feel free to come in here and tell me I'm a con all you want. I don't need to silence you. I can just, if you want to think that I'm a con, go ahead and think I'm a con. Enjoy my reading, whatever. What do I fucking care? Okay. So we have that feeling of like somebody has been preventing me, someone's been blocking me, I need to make an apology, or they need to. It was more of a feeling of you feeling like they owed you an apology over some type of a conflict that to you felt kind of childish. And that's where that younger energy is coming in. It feels like it was someone younger than you to you. That could be literally, or it could be spiritually. It could also be a relative or just someone in your life, right? It felt to you like an immature kind of problem, but it definitely was having real world consequences for you. It was blocking you for some reason, even though to your way of thinking, someone acting that way would feel like just an immature, like it's an immature take on things. Okay. And then now where the energy is headed and your strength is the Seven of Pentacles. So you've been doing your work. You've been quietly doing your work and maybe just sort of keeping your head down, and but privately wondering like, what's going on? What is the deal here? What's been blocking me? What's in my way? You've been willing to investigate it and explore it. it's a strength that you've been willing to do so because your harvest is coming, but it has felt at times like it's really tested your patience. Okay, that's kind of a feeling that's been coming through, is that you've had your patience really tested here. All right, so in your shadow aspect of self, you may have been really craving to rest, and that's can feel counterintuitive when you're trying to bring in an abundant harvest. Resting doesn't feel necessarily like it's in congruence with that type of an idea, right? Okay, so resting may have felt like it was the wrong move, but if you're trying to be in receptive energy, sometimes that's the right move. You need to rest and allow the universe to bring things to you. Um, something something in you, in the way that you've been dealing with this, has been victorious, though. You've successfully addressed some of it. And I think part of it was in your success in that your take was accurate. This was somehow an immature attack or something, right? And you rightly identified, I'm not going to participate. I'm not going to lose my shit over this. I'm not going to freak out. This is a page. This is a page attacking me, and I'm an empress, right? So you recognized through your wisdom that the attack isn't any real threat, but that's been a successful awareness for you. Strength in the reverse, where things are headed. Can I get some clarity on that? Because I'm not clear on that. What's strength in the reverse? Spirit? It might be that your time of having to sort of be strong through all this, again, we're talking about laying your burden down, that period of time of having to be strong, what I'm feeling is that that's over, right? You're going to actually be able to rest, right? And receive. That's what I think, but let's see. What do the cards say? Where you get to lay down with the lion finally. Can you clarify that, Spirit? Yeah, tough decision making is over. A triangle that prevented, it was a love triangle for some folks, or a triangulation in a relationship where this person was working against you in some way and possibly triangulating against you, you felt. Something is going to be offered to you now. Something's going to be offered to you. Let's pull some other cards now to find out more about that. What's the offer? What's the offer coming in? This person may have been competing with you for this offer. And for some folks, it might have been love, right? We've got cups here. So that would indicate emotions and love, possibly, right? What? All right, Stevie, I know. What's this offer? Something's going to be offered to you. Feedback, or someone's going to be coming in and telling you the truth about something, or show you the way that your actions have impacted them in some way. Let go, a release, an end of the burden, an end of carrying your burden on your back with this 10 of Wands, right? So the 10 of Wands in the Rider-Waite is shown with a person carrying a load, but they see that they're almost there where they're going to be able to put their burden down. That's what you're looking at. You're looking at someone coming towards you and telling you the truth, or conveying important information to you, about the way that you've impacted things or them. Also, what's coming is an offer that's going to help you surrender and let go and carry and let go of this burden. You're going to get to let go of whatever this triangle was through this offer somehow. That's so interesting. Advice in the reverse. Someone might have been trying to cast you. I don't know. What does that mean? Advice in the reverse? You might be a helping professional and somebody was competing with you or trying to harm your reputation as a helping professional with this advice in the reverse and saying, like, don't listen to them. They're not a good addictions counselor. They're not a good sponsor, right? Like it could be something like that where somebody was like speaking badly about you, but now, and you've had to kind of be strong through it and try to let your work stand for itself. This burden is over. However, this was attacking you reputationally, it didn't succeed because something's coming towards you and it's an offer and it has to do specifically with your work. So this person wasn't able to sabotage your work. That's the message. That's the message as it's coming out. They weren't able to sabotage your work. They weren't able to prevent you from having this offer. Can we hear more about an offer coming towards you? Because with the Four of Cups, the offer coming towards you, it might be something that you are at risk of overlooking if you're not careful. I don't know. I don't know that yet. We're just going to ask. Is there anything you need to understand about this offer? What else do you need to know about the offer coming towards you? Because the Four of Cups would indicate to me an offer that there's a little bit of risk or warning involved with it. I don't know what that is, so that's why I'm asking. What's the offer? It's got something to do with your spirituality. Oh, wow. This might be that you need to make some offerings. Is that right? You may be a spiritual practitioner and you need to make offerings in this situation. Let me see. I want to get a confirmation about that. How do I want to do that real quick? How do I want to do that? I need to think for a second. Let me do this. Because this card in the upright says Orishas, Ifa, Egungun, Ilkin, Orunmila, Eshu, right? So we're talking about offerings. And if I was saying something's being offered to you, but within this spiritual practice, making offerings is essential. It's incredibly important to make offerings regularly for your goals. And so this might be saying you're going to be able to lay your burdens down and let go if you make some offerings. Let your spirit protectors do some of the work for you. Is that right? Can you tell me more about the offerings here and the offer concept? What do we need to understand about the offerings concept in this future energy? There's an offering coming towards you, but it's not an offer you want to take. That's the message. Thank you, Intuitive Kev's deck, once again. This deck is so great for answering these kinds of questions. So there's a gift coming towards you. It's going to be something that seems like a really generous gift, but there's all kinds of warning here. Bondage, love, courthouse in the reverse. So there's something happening as events pick up that you're going to have a lot of discernment over, because you aren't going to be trapped, especially if you use discernment around this gift. Tell me more about making offerings. Are you being advised to make offerings? Are you being advised to make any offerings as a spiritual practitioner to protect you in this situation? To your guides, to your God, right? It could be just offerings, doesn't have to mean on an altar, right? It can mean I'm offering prayers up to God for help and protection, right? It could be something like that. Are you being advised to make offerings? Are you being advised to make offerings? Justice in the upright. And we have courthouse in the reverse. This problem is resolving. It's coming to an end. It's saying you don't need to make offerings. It's saying you don't need to make offerings. It's saying to not take, to watch out for an offering that's coming towards you because it's going to entrap you in something. But because you're using discernment and warning, you're not going to get caught up. Okay, that's the message. This is really exciting and interesting as a reading. So now that that's the main message coming out, that there's going to be an offer made to you that's a little bit of a sneak attack kind of offer. You're being sort of cautioned about it. It may come under the guise of your professional expertise is what this offer is going to be coming in like, and then it's warning you about it and saying use a lot of caution and discernment because the offer is a trap and it's coming from somebody that is like a competitor or something. So now what we're going to do, because that's kind of heavy duty information that I'm sure if this reading is resonating for you, will benefit you to know more about it. So what we're going to do is pull an advice layout now for that situation, for that offer. As the offer comes towards you, please tell us anything about the offer that we need to understand to help us distinguish or discern what's the deal about the offer and what your advice is specifically about how to deal when the offer comes in. And then if anyone has questions, I'll be happy to answer questions too before logging off. What's the advice? Oh boy, interesting. Okay. I like to lay this all the way out first and then read it. I use 3 different decks for this advice spread that I'm doing here. Is there any questions or anything in the chat from anyone that might want to have me ask a question for them? It doesn't look like it. Sorry about the heater. I thought I turned it down. Didn't I? I swear I turned that down. I must just not have turned it down very much. Someone really was doing stuff to mess with you. This is coming through again with this device, or sorry, with this advice. Like whoever was trying to prevent this from happening or send you confusion or whatever, they really were working hard at it. There's a lot of fuckery with this energy of the person trying to they were really scheming. That 7 of Swords card that can represent a thief was no lie. This person really was scheming against you. So what's your advice now for when the offer comes in? So this is going to seem like a really friendly gesture. Okay, it's going to seem like a really friendly offer, a really friendly gesture from somebody very sincere. It's going to seem very heart-centered. Two of Cups can indicate friendship and romance, okay? Then with this love card here, clarifying it, along with climb the burning ladder. Okay, this represents that strength that you've had to show in this situation. You're being told, yes, that's appropriate. Your strength is appropriate here. See this through all the way. You're being warned about the offer because it's insincere. It's from a family member or someone known to you or close to you. Okay. In the first reading, it was showing someone younger than you or your child. Here it's showing this person in the reverse. It could be an air sign, but it could also just be someone that's trying to confuse you mentally about their true intentions. Okay. A Queen of Swords in the reverse is the reversal of the air element. So it's like using manipulative words, lying, things like that. It could also be an air sign. Okay, it just depends. It's going to depend for everybody. For some people, it's definitely family with this house here. For other people, it may be a trick over resources. Like we were talking about, for some of you, it was an attack on your career and your reputation. It's saying they have failed because it's in the reverse. They have failed to do it. And that's what the first layout said. Because you're too discerning, you're not going to fall for it. So just breathe easy and rest and know that this attack is not going to succeed. Okay. This reading is not coming out to scare you. It's not coming out to feel like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Contrary to that commenter who's saying that I'm a fraud and a fake. Okay. So this is just warning for you if you are resonating with this reading. It's a reassurance that they're not gonna succeed in catching you up. They already failed. That bondage card came in the reverse. It was a failure. Hi, nice to see you, Rita. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for being here. The advice is when this information comes in, and it's going to come in really quickly, and it may be some sort of an offer about something related to this person. They're going to come in and do a lot of fast communicating, fast talking. They might say something like, if you don't take this offer right now, it's going to end and you're not going to be able to do anything about it, right? That's all a scam. It's just saying blend in, shapeshifter. When this person comes in, you don't have to be like, whatever, you're a fraud. I just got this card reading and it told me that, it doesn't have to be anything like that. It means more just blend in. You blend in, meaning I wouldn't even let on that that this person is your op, right? It might just be like, oh, okay, interesting. Thank you. I appreciate the offer. Thank you. I'm not, as someone that is I don't take offers just on a whim though. So if it's going to pass me by, I guess it's going to pass me by, right? It could be something like that. It's not necessarily letting on to the person that I think you're trying to defraud me or whatever. This is a scam or what. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It could just be, being non-reactive and saying, well, I appreciate it, but thank you. Good luck. Maybe someone else will enjoy this offer, not me, right? What's your advice? Your advice is, again, Chariot in the reverse. It's not to move forward with this. It's a fake offer. It's coming in like a loving, friendly collab type offer, but it's saying no. This is a malintent. Okay, this card in Lenormand warns of somebody who's up to no good, who's trying to trick you, somebody who's unstable mentally, like maybe with an anger problem or that has a hatred towards you or something, right? So it's saying, no, you just have to stand firm in knowing, even though it's going to show up in this beautiful package and they might really know how to tempt you and pull on something. They might know enough about you, for example, to know the kinds of offers that would really be appealing. But the fact of the matter is that you know yourself and you know your truth and you're not going to be deceived. Okay. You're just not going to. Your advice is not to move forward on the offer, no matter how appealing it is. You're already going to know this reading is not for you if it's creating stress. Okay. I really need to emphasize that. If it's making you feel stressed out and worried about what if I don't know, how am I going to know? Then this isn't for you. You're going to know. You're going to feel it in your gut. You're intuitively gifted. That's what the first spread was showing. Where things are headed is be strong and don't make a commitment with this person. because it's being done on behalf of the triangle that came out in the last spread. There was a triangle. It's again like somebody that's upset about the offer, another offer coming towards you, right? Or about your success and your reputation and your growth or whatever. It's somebody that's like it sees you as an enemy for some reason. So it's just saying don't accept the offer because you're going to fall into the toxic triangle and stay trapped in it, right? But by avoiding, you avoid that. Hi, greetings, Jenny. Hi, Rita. So at this point, that's the end of this reading. If you, I know, Stevie, I hear you in there. If you would like me to ask a question for you, I will do that before logging off because I like doing that. So feel free to ask any questions if you want. And if not, I'll go ahead and bring this to a close. Maybe I'll pull some tiles though too, just in case, because it is fun to do also. So any questions in there? Okay, it looks like anybody that might have had questions does not have a question. So I think I'll just, I don't have my tiles here, so I'm not even going to pull tiles. I'll just pull one final card for that reading. What's one final message for you for who this reading was for? What's something that's like a final takeaway to help you know about the situation as this offer comes in? And I'll just say now in this final card pull too, because that person showed up in there and said, I'm going to read their comment. It's Rodolfo Dogan, Erdogan. I don't know how to say that, but he just said, Grifter, you're running a con. So after this is over, I'm going to make it so that person can't comment on my page anymore because I think that's toxic and I don't really care whether he thinks I'm a grifter and a con or not. But that's why I'm saying this now, is so that someone doesn't come in here and accuse me of like, what do you delete negative comments? You don't like criticism, nah. Well, I don't mind. Okay. I just don't, I'm not going to be an open target for it. People accusing me of conning and grifting. So after this reading is over, I'm going to go back in and set him so that he can't comment on my page anymore. But he's called and named here, and his comment is saved for prosperity by me naming it and reading it out loud. So thanks. Thanks for your participation, Rodolfo. Okay. What's a final message? What's a final message for this spread? A leg up in reverse. So this strikes me as, again, the warning. It's not a leg up. This person's going to come in and make this offer, and it's going to feel tempting and like everything you've been hoping for, but it's not a leg up. But the good news is you're already going to know intuitively when it happens. This is just major confirmation for whoever this is for. And I'm going to read the description also. It's card 34 in the reverse. Are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have little faith that help will come? Convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? And that's what that very first card that we pulled at the beginning of this reading was, that energy, feeling burdened, the 10 of Wands. Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand. But to be vulnerable is good, for you have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed by how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. While I was reading it, this little tea light was flickering, and it's saying, this is the warning, okay? It's a warning. There's going to be an offer coming in that's designed to entrap you, but it's not going to, because you know, okay? So now that that came out, I feel like I want to pull another couple cards. What's some final, yeah, this is doing it. This is like flickering around like that now. So what's some final, let's say you do take the offer, even though it's an offer designed to trick you. Let's say that, because the message that keeps coming out is you're not going to be in any danger here. So let's say you do. Let's say something goes wrong and you take this offer somehow. Either you don't catch this reading until afterwards or whatever, right? Whatever circumstance might happen where you don't get the warning in time, you take an offer that was designed to hurt you. What's going to happen in that case? What's going to happen in that case? Worst case scenario. If you take this offer, it might prevent another love message from coming towards you. Okay, so that's that's a possibility. It's not involving something to do with spirituality, the offer. Is that right? Yeah. It's like this offer is designed to prevent something better. So that's what would happen. Let's say you accidentally accept this offer that really is designed to catch you up and prevent you from getting something good. That's what's going to happen, is that it's you're going to go along, but you'll just have missed an opportunity for something better. And that, I think, is the design of this other offer. It's like a honeypot or a decoy. So that's the important message to come out as well, is that if you take this offer, you might end up like just less well off than you would be, right? So it's like, that's also why this message shouldn't be considered a threatening one, is because it's just a warning that you're going to miss out on something way better if you take this honeypot offer. That's the message. So I hope that's helpful to you. I hope if you like my work, you'll consider liking and subscribing and coming back for more. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll be back with some more Gift of the Magi layouts here fairly soon. So thank you again for being here. You have my regard and respect, and Happy New Year. I'll see you in the next one.